So they're getting me upset right now. And so I probably will end up going out in the hallway and catching them because I'm tired of this. I can't sleep at night. They keep insisting that I have to see these videos. They keep talking so much that my mom, and I told you, I'm respecting her privacy. She has marks on her neck and behind her ears like I do, but she refuses to let me film it. But she hears it, and we're yelling at each other because they're talking all day and night. The noise is so loud that we can't hear each other. So she keeps saying, "What did you say?" And then I keep repeating it. And then as I'm about to walk away, she's like, "What?" And I'm like, I just have to sit down for a second. And they're trying to twist it like, oh, she's running behind me. No, it's because she can't hear. If they had any consideration for me, they would understand that as I'm going through this illness, I don't have time for their bullshit. Okay? I'm going through a fucking illness that they caused. And instead of being considerate enough to understand that my mom is a senior citizen, I am, unfortunately, dealing with this illness. And they can't stop talking. They can't fucking shut up for 1 second. So they keep coming up with more lies. So they're like, here's the suggestion. Why don't you show your letter? I have a letter from when I was a baton twirler. So they're like, oh, we didn't know you had any sports experience because certain things had letters. But I don't think it was other things besides like the regular sports. So they're really upset by that. So they're like, why didn't you tell anybody you had a letter? Everyone already knew I had a letter. Just because you folks lied and said that you were always fucking following me and therefore you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you weren't always fucking following me, there's not a reason for other people who know the truth. So they're like, oh, we thought, yeah, you thought because you weren't always there. I do believe that there are people out there who were trying to set me up. So they're like, oh, we called the police on you. No, that's not what happened. They try always to twist things because the truth is too hard for them to accept. They can't accept the truth. So they're like, well, we're going to keep harassing you. They said it was somebody's little girl dream. Now we're listening to little girls to harass me until the day I die. Just like it was my little girl dream. They don't know my little girl dream. Okay, this is my point to them. As I tell you folks what's going on, they get upset because that says nobody's going to pay them to invade my privacy. So they're like, well, we're sending you messages through your head. Crazy. They're crazy. And they joined in this group would convince me that they're seeing through my eyes. They are not. I keep trying to explain to you they wouldn't have to break into my fucking apartment multiple times scanning shit if they were seeing through my eyes. Okay? This is the trick, and that's my point about it. If you really listen to their tricks, you get to see what they're thinking. The trick was to make me paranoid, make me be ashamed of things so I wouldn't tell you folks what was going on. They didn't want me to be able to videotape things. They messed up my live stream because if this wasn't a trick, they would want me to talk about it. Think about that. If they had the ability to actually use my eyes to see, they would want me to talk about it all the time. It wouldn't be them being afraid for me to talk about it. And that's my point. They wouldn't have to break into my apartment and scan stuff. So they're like, well, how do you think we're doing it so that while you're looking at something we're reading, I'm going to tell you the trick. That's what I'm going to do, a new series. I did a series about the physical parts, but now I'm going to do a new series about the tricks. So it's going to be called Tricks. And then I'll put like gang stalking tricks or something like that, so you guys will know. Not that I'm doing like a whole series of other tricks, like magic tricks or, other types of tricks. I can't think of any other. Oh, I guess prostitution tricks is another trick. Not that I'm doing a series about other tricks, but I'll do tricks and I'll put it like gang stalking. So how the trick works is they break into the victim's apartment, scan things, ask people who knew them, and then put it into a computer so that the computer can then kind of figure out what the person would be thinking. Then they magnetize your head and various parts of your body. So how that would work is that as my eyes are going like this, let me see if I can get this, like, they said my eyes would start to cross. But as my eyes are going over something, say the sentence is, as my eyes go over the sentence, they'll say is. So that my eyes will then go to the word is. And then from there, because I go from, and then I fix on that word is, they'll be able to read what they scanned. The problem, and I said this from the beginning, I said it out loud, is that when you're reading something out loud, it's slower than when you're reading it in your head, because we don't read word for word. We read in clumps. That's how, when you start to learn to read, by the time you get to a higher reading level, you're not reading word for word. But when you read out loud, you read word for word. So they have a whole scam on that. The next scam is this. They run something over my phone. They keep saying the camera. I don't call it the camera, I call it the phone. That makes the screen look weird. So they're like, we're making your teeth look weird. So that I will, in my head, be self-conscious about my teeth. So over time, what they're doing is making me feel like, oh my goodness, my teeth aren't good. So that I'll be self-conscious. Now, what is important about that trick is this. Your teeth are how people know you. So they said, stop looking at people's teeth. You have to look at the teeth because that's something that doesn't really change. It's very hard to change your teeth. Two things. Years ago, I learned two things don't change normally. Your eyes and your teeth. So when you're trying to identify somebody, like I said, they say they're going to kill me, they're going to kidnap me, whatever. You notice a person's eyes and their teeth. So when they changed my teeth and they lied and said I had cavities, I don't have cavities. That's something about me that, God forbid, something happens to me, I'm going to be somebody who never had a cavity. That's how you could identify me. Now, I just had food, so this might not work, but if ever you, God forbid, they hurt me and you find my body, you'll know I never had a cavity. Okay? That will be something that identifies me. Thank you for watching.